This is part 2, A Different Happiness. Chapter 1, His Happy Birthday. We're in the elevator riding up to Genevieve's apartment, her luggage under my arms. She's pressed up against me and says, "You gotta come next year. The instructor taught me so much on shadowing you could use your comics, and also, her confidence in our future should put me at ease, and it's a reminder that I'm doing everything right. We could get stuck in this elevator right now, and I won't freak out, even if she wants to keep rambling on about art camps and colleges and neighborhoods we'll move to and other grown-up shit." She goes inside her apartment to double-check that her father's not home before inviting me in. She catches me up on who her friends were out there, how much she hated pissing in the woods one day during a long hike, and then tells me, "I have a surprise." I follow her into her bedroom, and she pulls out a 10 by 10 painting from her suitcase. She finished something. It's a dark-haired girl with silver binoculars gazing up at the attic window of a house. Instead of finding worn and forgotten furniture, she finds a starry universe boxed into the corners of the attic and a glowing constellation of a boy reaching out to her. Holy shit, I love this. I'm sitting down to admire every last detail when she takes it away from me. She sets the painting down and straddles my lap. She takes off my shirt, plays with my growing patch of chest hair, and skims my jawline with the tip of her finger. "Missing you was my breakthrough, I think. We can't ever be apart for that long again." She rests her forehead against mine. "I missed you too," I say, and even though I look her in the eyes, it doesn't feel all that right anymore. I mean, I did miss her, kind of. Not as much as I should have, but she was always on my mind, kind of always on my mind. I flip her over onto the bed. I pull out a condom from my jeans as we strip down. I don't slip it on yet because I haven't quite taken off yet. I'm psyching myself out too much. She grabs me and I close my eyes because if I see her disappointed, I'll somersault out the window. The memory of Thomas taking his shirt off, running into the sprinklers, and doing push-ups overcomes me. And as much as I try to push it out of my mind to focus on my beautiful girlfriend, suddenly, all systems are a-go. Thomas is not Genevieve, and Genevieve is not Thomas, so this terrible ping-pong in my head over them is bullshit. They both play very different roles in my life. I know this. I swear I do. Genevieve is the girl I love, and the one I will always miss more whenever there's distance between us. Thomas is just my best friend, the one I trust a lot, but he won't ever get any secrets out of me that I can't tell Genevieve. So what if Genevieve won't race up bleachers with me or care to count trains go by? So what if sometimes I randomly smell Thomas's cologne on a stranger and instantly relive our hangouts? If I were faced with Son Warden's decision, whether or not to save his girlfriend or best friend from a dragon, I'm sorry to change my mind, but Thomas would fall away without me moving a muscle. And I would make that choice without a doubt because, the bottom line is that Genevieve is my girlfriend and I'm her boyfriend, and Thomas and I are just friends, and that's that. All this doesn't mean I can't celebrate Thomas's existence on the exact day my girlfriend returns after a 3-week leave. He matters too much to be dicked over by friends 2 years in a row. Thomas has strict instructions not to come up here on the roof until I go down to get him. I'm the only one who got him a gift, naturally. Well, baby Freddie stole 3 bottles of raspberry Smirnoff from his mother's liquor cabinet. That kid might be a flaky punk bitch every now and again, but he definitely respects any opportunity to get twisted. I'm hoping Thomas doesn't think my gift is ridiculous or silly like Genevieve did when I told her what it was. I impulsively bought a few cheap lanterns from a discount store on the way over here, but only 2 glow his favorite shade of green. We're blasting Brendan's Get Crunk playlist from his stereo dock, and Skinny Dave is already grinding with our neighbor Crystal, while her friend hovers by the dollar store cakes I bought. I really wanted to get him an ice cream cake from his old job and make it special, shaped like a director slate or something, but it costs too much money, which sucks. "Bangin' party," Brendan says after setting the stereo down. Didn't know you had it in you after your beach party bombed." Hey, I was 12 and Orchard Beach sucks. Let it go. I look over. Genevieve is on her second drink. She's been chatting with me crazy for 10 minutes. That's an unhealthy amount of time to spend with him alone. Can you go save Genevieve from Psycho over there? I walk off and he calls me back. "Where are you going?" "I'm getting Thomas." I haven't seen him all day. Only spoke with him at midnight last night to wish him a happy birthday. and again a couple of hours ago to let him know we'd be setting up soon. I miraculously shepherded everyone up to the roof without managing to get into a fight with the Joey Rosa kids. I hope you throw me an awesome party like this, Brennan says, and it reminds me of the time in 5th grade when he and baby Freddie competed over who would be my best friend on the school bus. Some friendships can never be as simple as sharing. I climb down the fire escape and knock on Thomas's window before sitting on the windowsill. He's at his desk, shirtless, and reading something in his journal before looking up with a smile. Happy birthday, yo! You writing down your words of wisdom for the day? Thomas nods. Nah, I did that earlier. I was reading what I wrote at the end of my birthday last year. I was an angsty little guy. Rightfully so, but you got it good upstairs. We probably shouldn't have invited me crazy to a rooftop where he'll be drinking, but we'll cross that bridge later. Like, when he throws one of us off. I think we're all safe except Skinny Dave. He really likes throwing him around. I owe you 100 fist bumps for putting this together for me. I can't wait to read my journal tomorrow after I drunk write my entry tonight. He gets up and walks over to his closet. I look at the posters around his room so I can stop staring at his back. He catches me up about all the great phone calls he got today from his family and the birthday card from his mother with $250 inside. Not sure this party will beat a card with that much money. Boo! Someone says behind me. I jump and almost hit my head on the raised window. It takes me a second to register that it's Genevieve. We've been taking a few minutes to come up. Not surprised she's checking on us. Jen looks into the room, and Thomas is standing there, covering his bare chest with a striped tank top, and she looks back at me. Is Party Central happening down here now? Let's go up and drink. Woo! I'm not Genevieve's biggest fan when she's hitting the bottle because she turns into this party girl she always regrets being the next morning. She shifts my head toward her and kisses me intensely, her tongue tasting like raspberry vodka and cranberry juice as she shoves her tongue down my throat. Well, you would think she's expecting Thomas to leave so we can use his bed. She squeezes my hand and leads me back up to the roof. Thomas follows a few steps behind. Some of my friends cheer for Thomas while others keep drinking or spitting game to the other 4 girls. Thomas points at one of the glowing lanterns, says it's cool, picks it up, and it immediately dies. Well, that happened. I offer to get him and Genevieve a drink. Well, another drink for her, and leave them chatting. Fat Dave walks over to me with a red Solo cup filled to the brim. It spills over his hand. Cheers to your girl's nice tits! Cheers, I say, without a drink. I fill up 3 cups, 20% liquor, 80% juice for Jen's sake. Then I carry them, 2 in my hand, 1 in my mouth, back to Thomas and Genevieve. I hand them off right as Thomas asks Jen, Are you a witch? And I'm kind of confused on the crazy turns this conversation must have taken. What the... He thinks I'm a witch because Genevieve races over to her abandoned tote bag on the floor, spilling half her drink along the way, which is for the best. She comes back with a deck of odd-looking cards wrapped around with a blue ribbon. These, tarot cards. I made these during the retreat. I used strips of bark instead of paper to give them an otherworldly look. That was a real witch-like thing to say, I comment. Burn, witch, burn, Thomas says with a smile. Stretch says you used to be really into horoscopes. I'm more of a fortune cookie kind of guy. Fortune cookies can be cracked open by anyone, she counters. It's about taking a chance, Thomas defends. It's much easier to follow than all the conflicting horoscopes forecasted everywhere. She holds in a burp before arguing. That's why horoscopes are better. If your fortune promises you wealth by the end of the day and you go home poor, then you were lied to. But if your reading from a psychic's website is wrong, maybe the one in the newspaper is right. This conversation is beyond dumb. Someone shoot me. Now. Twice. So why'd you stop? Genevieve spins her cup around and stares into the mini whirlpool before downing it all in one gulp. Because I was tired of my many expectations not being met. Well, I'll have to trade you a fortune cookie for a psychic reading one day, Thomas says. I swear Jen's face flushes. He's playing the game close to his chest. I normally wouldn't care, except it's with my girlfriend. You should go get some cake before Everett eats it all, I say. Jealous. We're skipping right to the eating because this is hardly the let's sing happy birthday crowd. Cake? Excuse me? Thomas says, patting Genevieve on her shoulder before racing to the corner. We follow him and all moan when Me Crazy dips his finger into the icing and steals a bite. Others grab plates and some just dig in with a fork. Once Me Crazy grabs a handful of cake, the cake is his and his only. Sorry, Thomas. I sit down on the ground and Jen relaxes right into my lap, eating cake and drinking it down with another cup of booze. Part of me would love to volunteer someone else to hold her hair back later tonight, but the part of me who loves her is ready for the job. Thomas joins us with a pathetic slice of cake. So, I still haven't asked you how New Orleans was, Genevieve. That's okay. I still haven't wished you happy birthday. I mouth, she's drunk, to him, and he shrugs it off. New Orleans is great. I'm hoping to drag Aaron with me next summer. I think I fell in love when I was down there. She puts down her drink and takes my hand, gripping it hard like we're about to arm wrestle. In love with the city, I mean it, since I have the boy I love here. I see that. Stretch doesn't shut up about you. Genevieve leans back and kisses me hard again, her tongue completely out of sync with mine. Then she picks up her cup and fork, stands up, and taps the fork against the plastic like it's gonna chime and steal everyone's attention. Who wants to play a game? Spin the bottle! Fat Dave shouts. Hell no. Seriously, the dudes to chick ratio is like the dude to chick ratio at a boxing match. Flip cup! Brennan shouts. There's no fucking table here to play on. Kings! Dion says. Great. A drinking card game without cards. 7 minutes in heaven! Crystal suggests, laughing so hard and obnoxiously that she could tumble over the ledge and I wouldn't move a muscle. I was thinking 2 truths and a lie, Genevieve announces to everyone's applause. How to play 2 truths and a lie. Everyone shares 3 stories or facts about themselves, and then you take turns figuring out everyone's lie. It's the perfect icebreaker game. Problem, I don't like a Genevieve who knows this game. You start, birthday boy, Genevieve says. Everyone gathers around while Thomas counts off what he's going to say with his fingers. Okay, I got it. I worship Walt Disney. I worship Steven Spielberg. I worship Martin Scorsese. You don't worship Disney, Baby Freddy says. Who worships a guy who created princess movies? Who worships another guy, period, Brendan adds. You don't worship Martin Scorsese, I answer, before anyone else can say something stupid. You think he's cool, but you're not hanging up posters of him around your room. Thomas nods and raises his cup. So it's my turn now, right? I ask Genevieve. She throws back the rest of her drink. Let's see who knows you best, babe. I really wish we were playing Kings or Flip Cup or even Spin the Bottle right now. I'm great at tic-tac-toe. I love skateboarding. I hate a lot of Spanish music. Yo, you're Puerto Rican, so you definitely love Spanish music, Dion says. Yeah, and you probably shake your hips to it while skateboarding, Skinny Dave says. You're not great at tic-tac-toe, Genevieve agrees, less offensively. You don't skateboard. You skate on roller skates, Thomas says. I point at him and click my tongue. He's right. I turn to Skinny Dave. When the fuck have you seen me skateboard around the block? No way you're good. No way you're good at tic-tac-toe, Genevieve shouts. I beat you all the time. He beat me every time we played the other night, Thomas says. Genevieve rakes her hand through her dark hair, and she looks super ill, like she could throw up any minute now. I guess it's your turn again, Thomas. No, please, you go. She covers her face with her hand. I think she does this so we can't detect any lie, or she's actually about to throw up at me. I'm ready. I grew up wanting to be a ballerina, and an actress, and a nurse. For a drunk girl, her tone remains so steady I think every single one can be true. Everyone's about to start shooting guesses when she holds her hand up. Let Aaron go first. Which is the lie, babe? You never wanted to be a ballerina. Come on, that was easy. Yeah, she says to my relief, bluffing for the win. I'm about to offer my turn to someone else when Genevieve stands up a little wobbly. She raises one arm above her head and trails one leg up the other until she kind of resembles a flamingo, a wasted flamingo. I wanted to be a ballerina badly, own tights and everything. She stumbles, and Baby Freddy catches her. I was never good enough, so I mock the girls who are. She sits down next to me and nudges my shoulder with hers. I guess you forgot. Skinny Dave and Fat Dave hiss like something sizzling. Sss, and me crazy chimes in with, You got burned! I glance at everyone clockwise. Brendan unties his shoelaces so he can untie them again. Thomas pulls out his phone, and I bet anything he's typing nonsense to no one. And everyone else is just drinking or looking like they feel very fucking sorry for me. Maybe they feel sorry for her. It's only a game, Genevieve says, shrugging. Thomas, you should totally open up Aaron's present. Holy shit, my girlfriend has the biggest balls ever. Present time! Thomas shouts, killing zero tension. Crystal's drunk friend tosses Thomas the gift wrap present. It's nothing big, I say. Thomas unwraps it and rocks forward laughing. This is awesome. It's a toy, Genevieve says. It's Buzz Lightyear. Thomas breaks Buzz free from the box and presses a button on his wrist. Red lights blink. Fat Dave asks, "From Toy Story?" Me Crazy says, "Me Crazy likes to talk and piggy bake." Thomas goes into the whole story about how his asshole father said he would give him Buzz Lightyear for his 9th birthday and just drove away. I've been waiting for this guy for so long. Thanks, Stretch. He reaches over and we fist bump. Nope, not good enough. Get up. I stand and he full-on hugs me. None of this one-arm hug with a pat on the back nonsense. Reasons why I'm feeling warm right now. 1, I downed my drink pretty quickly on a fairly empty stomach. 2, everyone on the roof is staring at us. 3, my unspeakable truth. No homo. No homo, I say back. Everyone resumes drinking, but Thomas sticks around. Stretch, seriously. Best birthday since I celebrated my 6th birthday at Disney World. Getting me Buzz Lightyear just made you beat Mickey Mouse. I mean, Mickey Mouse never stood a chance, did he? I have an idea on how I could top this night on your birthday. It's not a competition, dude. Game on, Thomas says with a smile. He leaves to grab another drink. Maybe an hour or so later, the bottles are all empty and everyone clears out. I stop helping Thomas clean up because Genevieve is pretty damn drunk and needs to get home, so we bounce. I've been trying to hail her a cab for a couple minutes now without much luck. If the tension between us were a person, I would snap its neck and kick the corpse for good measure. I'm losing you again, Genevieve cries. No, you're not, Jen. Yes, I am! Yes, the fuck I am! She's crying harder and I don't know what to say. A cab pulls up and she opens the door. Do you want me to go with you? You shouldn't have to fucking ask if you should fucking take me home, Aaron! I try to follow her into the cab, but she pushes back. Not tonight. I'm going home alone to go punch a pillow or something. We can figure this out tomorrow. She closes the door and the cab takes off. I should chase after the cab, but the impulse isn't there. In my head, I play a round of one truth and a lie. I need Thomas to be happy. I need Genevieve to be happy. I can't keep lying to myself about which is the truth. Chapter 2, The War Inside Me. It's been nonstop raining the past couple of days, which sucks for a lot of reasons. Genevieve has been using it as an excuse for why she can't hang with me, even if I know it's because she wants more time away from me. I can't play any card games with Thomas on his rooftop or go on any job hunting adventures with him. And I can't stay outside and lose myself in a game of Manhunt or Skeltsies or anything without risking pneumonia. If there's anything worse than being stuck in the smallest home ever with thoughts I shouldn't be left alone with, it's being stuck while coughing all over my brother's stuff, who will in turn get sick and then cough all over my stuff and will get me sick again in a cruel, cruel cycle of screwing each other over until we're both so immune we could eat candy off the floor of Washington Hospital's ER. But Mom has tasked me with post office duty today. My little cousin's birthday's tomorrow and she needs me to overnight a gift to Albany. The umbrella I leave with gets its ass kicked by the wind within 2 minutes, and while paying $20 for an umbrella has always seemed excessive to me, having to buy a new $5 umbrella every single time it rains just seems like shitty math on my behalf. I walk the block to the post office, my bad mood growing heavier like a backpack of big-ass bricks I'm calling the war inside me. The heaviest bricks are Genevieve hates me, and I don't know what to do with Thomas, and I still miss Dad. The last brick weighs the most right now. This is the first time I've come near his old workplace since we lost him. When I was a kid, I'd pretend I was a security guard outside the bedroom door, and only Mom would entertain my high-five fee if she wanted to enter, whereas Eric would storm past me. The package is getting wet, and I'm risking pneumonia, so I rush inside before I can change my mind and walk the 12 blocks to the second nearest post office. The line isn't too bad. No one here recognizes me as the kid of the security guard who killed himself, so that's a plus. The clerk hands me my receipt, and on my way out, I spot Evangeline sitting down on the wooden bench by the envelopes and stationery writing a postcard. Evangeline, hey, I say. She looks up. Hey, kiddo, what brings you here? Mailing some plush giraffe to my little cousin for her birthday. Who you writing to? I broke some hearts back in London and promised to keep in touch. Didn't give them my email either. It's better this way. Evangeline shows me all the 10 postcards she's setting out. She signs her name and writes today's date on a Yankee Stadium postcard. Philip was a sweet one, but his brother was falling for me too. I couldn't come between family. So the brother isn't getting a postcard? No, I've already shipped him a letter asking him to stop writing me. Evangeline makes room for me on the bench and shuffles all her postcards as she tells me, anyway, thought I would hang around here and get these sent out before the siren song of unread books back home captures me. How are you doing? I'm really wet. Another reason I'm hiding out here. I'm not sure why I feel the sudden urge to confess to my former babysitter, but maybe it's because she's both a stranger and someone I trust. I'm really missing my dad pretty hard this week. I just don't know why the hell he would leave us, you know? I breathe in and out, in and out, in and out, trying to push the anger back down, but instead, it beats me and I spit out, it's affecting my relationship with Genevieve, who thinks she's leaving me, and I don't know. Is she losing you? I think I'm kind of, sort of, definitely losing myself right now. In what way, kiddo? I don't know. Maybe I'm just growing up. You mean you're done playing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys? Hey, they were action figures, Evangeline. I feel a little better talking to someone outside the universe of my problems, but I don't know if I want to fill her in on how someone who doesn't have much direction is seriously disorienting me. I should probably get home and see if Genevieve is in the mood to answer my calls. Or go fucking punch myself if she isn't. Language, Evangeline says. The babysitter never died in you, did it? Afraid not, kiddo. She mails out her postcards and walks me back home under her large yellow umbrella. I don't even change into dry clothes before jumping onto my bed and calling Genevieve. I'm not really sure I even know what I would say, but it still sucks when she doesn't answer.